Hey, hi, hello, how are you? I'm Pia. Today I'm going to be starting my New Year's Eve 24-hour readathon. I am so excited. I literally love doing this every single year. I look forward to it so much. Like, there's something about doing a classic 24-hour readathon on the last day of the year, reading all freaking day until that ball drops. It is so exciting. I gotta be honest, as I've done a couple of times, because I've been doing this for a few years, I do actually have plans on New Year's Eve, so I'm doing this the day before. Yeah, so I actually did end up having plans this year, but did want to do like my last full day of reading for the year and celebrate the new year with you guys and round out my reading. I'm just so excited to read today. Like, I don't care really what I read. I've just been reading, honestly been trying to like get my Goodreads goal up, and the whole point of this is like to read my Goodreads goal by the end of the year. But like, I don't care about that anymore because I'm so far from doing that. I'm not gonna read 20 something books, 30 something books in this video and in 24 hours. So I'm just gonna read whatever the heck I want. Yeah, so let's get into like a bit of a TBR before we start. I do have my Dr. Pepper here because I'm going with the caffeine and sugar route today. I usually also have snacks, so I might have to go get some snacks later. But for now, this is gonna sustain us. I do have, you're actually sitting on a giant tin of like Christmas popcorn, which is like my favorite thing at Christmas time, and I have not finished it, so I definitely can snack on that later. The first thing I'm so excited to read, and I like have literally saved it, put off reading it until this video, Heart Stopper Volume 5. Like, I pre-ordered this and I have had it since it came out, and I haven't read it because I was like, I'm gonna actually like, well, I want to reread all the other books because I'm insane. And I also want to read this in this vlog. I haven't been vlogging and I wanted to read this in a vlog, and like, I'm excited. So I have all the Heartstopper books officially on my shelf. So this is definitely gonna be like the first thing I'm gonna read because I'm so darn excited to read it. The next thing I would really love to read, because I read one of these in last year's video, is the new Emma Lord book, because I have an arc of The Getaway List, and Emma Lord is one of my favorite authors and I always get her arcs, and her books always come out in like January. So I got this arc forever ago and I've just been saving it for today to read it. So I'm gonna read that probably like on my iPad at some point today. So excited. Literally so excited. Again, been saving the book for now. And I'd also like, I'm thinking about doing a reread of Night of Cake and Pug Bits by Laini Taylor, because I do love this book and I love rereading it. It is such like a cozy, this is a cozy fantasy. Oh my god, I think this was a cozy fantasy before cozy fantasy was a thing. And now don't quote me on it. But this is like a side story. It's like a novella in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone universe, following Susanna, who's like the best friend of Karou, who's the main character in that series. And it's just so gorgeous and illustrated, and it's so sweet. It's about her just like falling in love with this guy, and it is so cute, and I reread it like every year, and I think this would be a perfect little like short, sweet thing to reread and revisit for this vlog. Some things that I haven't read that I would love to get to is Percy Jackson and the Chalice of the Gods. I gave this a 9 when I read the first chapter in my reading first chapters video that I just did, and I really want to read this book. Like, I'm super excited to read it, and I think it is the right time finally. I mean, the series is coming out and I may or may not be doing a video on the series. You shall stay tuned, but I'm just like so excited to get back into the world of Percy Jackson. It feels like the exact right time, and I'm so excited. Again, this one's really short too, so maybe I will read all these books. And then another one that I thought would be great to pick up is Winterwood by Shay Earnshaw, because again, I've had this for a really long time and I just kind of like rediscovered that I had it, and it is like a wintry witchy story, and I feel like that would be really fun to read for the end of the year. Some other things that I'm thinking about are like, if I want to pop in an audiobook, I have a couple options there. I would think I would probably go with like a shorter audiobook. There's like a short story by Frederick Bachman that I'm interested in, and a novella by him that I am interested in, just because I haven't read all of Frederick Bachman and I would like to. It is 9 o'clock, so I'm going to go from 9 p.m. to 9 p.m. just because I don't, the wee hours of the morning are so hard, and I genuinely like want to get some sleep tomorrow night. So I am going to start with my Heartstopper books, but I am going to start at the beginning. I have to tell you something crazy. I didn't realize this, but my first 3 Heartstopper books are the UK paperbacks, and then my 4th and 5th volume are the US ones, and they look different. And I'm really upset about it, but like I don't know what to do. If anyone has the UK editions of these 2 books and wants to like trade for the US ones, let me know, because like I really don't like that they don't match. And like I also found out that the US ones are like in blue, which I find kind of weird. Not like bad, but like, and they also have just like a different finish on them, and like, but I was like getting really confused of like why, because I bought this 3rd one like over the summer and the 4th one also over the summer, so I was like, literally, why are they different? And then I realized it's the US and UK. Yeah, so I'm going to reread the first 4 volumes and read the 5th volume all right now because I'm obsessed and because I'm crazy, because I'm a little bit crazy. Maybe I'll put on the Heartstopper playlist right now. Maybe I will. like 40 minutes into reading, and I finished Heartstopper Volume 1 and Volume 2. And I want to say that I originally gave these books 4 stars. The fact that I ever thought these books were not 5-star worthy is absolutely baffling to me because I've reread them so many times and they're literally perfect. So I'm confused. Pixiepia was not in her right mind. Sure, does like not a lot happen? Sure, but it's iconic. Anyway, I'm gonna move on to Volume 3. Like I said, we're only 40 minutes in, so like feeling funky, we're feeling fresh. Volume 3 is longer. It's like technically, I remember it being my least favorite. Technically? Why is that technical? But these ones are like heavier, but they're thinner. Let me get back to reading. Let me shut up and get back to reading. In, and I have finished Heartstopper Volume 5 as well as all the other Heartstoppers. I'm giving this a 5. I'm giving all of them a 5. I don't know what the heck was wrong with me that I thought that they were 4-star books. They are not 4-star books. They are 5-star. I think this one will grow on me. I think 3 has grown on me. 4 is still my favorite, but I think this one's gonna grow on me more. Like the first read, it's definitely not my favorite of all the ones. I like it. I also, okay, I don't know. Like I've read Solitaire and I just read Nick and Charlie the other day because I saw somewhere, or maybe I just misread that Nick and Charlie came before this. It doesn't. It comes after that. So I got really confused. I can discern the timeline, but like, I don't know why I had to read that, and I didn't, but I read it anyway. Anyway, we're done with all the Heartstopper books, so those are done. Next thing I'm gonna read is The Chalice of the Gods, because this seems like the vibe. And I think like a little fun like fantasy moment, although quite a few of the books that I showed you are kind of fantasy. I think a little fantasy moment could be fun for keeping me awake right now that it's 11 o'clock. Which isn't late for a lot of people, but it's really late for me. I gotta be so honest, it's really late for me. But I'm really excited for this because I read the first chapter and I'm like obsessed. So excited. My first time physically reading a Percy Jackson book. So we shall see how it goes. I'll check in with you probably after I finish it because no one in the house is awake except me. No, everyone is dying to know. Pia, did you take a nap this 24-hour readathon? I did. I took a nap at like 1 until like 7, and then I went on a run. The run wasn't great. We're not gonna talk about it. Took a shower, got ready, finished The Chalice of the Gods. It's now noon, so do I have less than 12 hours left of this readathon? Yes, I do, but I'm gonna make the most out of it. Don't you dare worry. I need my sleep. I need my sleep, guys. I need my beauty rest. This was so fun. It's so funny like reading this book and like reading a Percy Jackson book in that's like I think this is set like now, like as far as I could tell it was making like TikTok references and WandaVision references. I was like, no way this is my same Percy Jackson, like no freaking way. It was so weird. I mean, like it wasn't bad, but it's really interesting, and it's really interesting to go from like Heartstopper to this because of the audience change. Like I think Heartstopper to me has like a young adult audience, and I think the Percy Jackson audience is so much younger than that because like Heartstopper in the 5th volume that I just read, Nick and Charlie are like getting serious and like taking things to the next level and like things are heating up or whatever, and they're like 16, 17, right? And the characters in this book are like the same age, but it's very like rated G. Like not even PG, like this is rated G. And I think it's really interesting, and like the way the language and the stuff like that is like very much like kind of middle school language, and it's not to criticize the book, I just think it's really interesting that we have these two books and like, the how you say characters are the same age but the audience is different, and I just find that really interesting. Anyway, I'm giving this 4 out of 5 stars. I'm not giving it 5 because like I think reading this, like I know there's gonna be like this is gonna be like a trilogy because Percy Jackson has like 3 letters of rec he has to get from 3 different gods, and this is about him getting the Chalice of the Gods from Grimiaden. What the fuck is his name? Ganymede? Sure, I don't know Greek gods, so I'm guessing there's gonna be 2 other books following the same kind of like thing, but I think this book could have been longer. I think it could have like taken more time. Things moved very, very fast. Yeah, that's my thoughts. So I'm gonna go make some lunch. I'm gonna go to visit my little libraries today and drop off some books. So we're gonna do that at some point today, maybe in the afternoon. But I think the next book I'm gonna do is Night of Cake and Puppets, because I think like doing like a reread and a new read is gonna be good. So I'm thinking Night of Cake and Puppets, then the Getaway List, then maybe pick up another reread and then read something else. But this book has so much bigger font, doesn't it? Or am I like making that up? Oh no, it's the same size. But this has like illustrations and stuff, so it's a very fast read, and I've read it like 4 times already, so it is like one of my favorite cozy books. So I'm gonna read this next after I eat some lunch and probably get some more caffeine in me, because that seems like that needs to happen like ASAP. Yeah, but so far, how many books have I read for this read? 6? Just think about that for a second. Okay, so I decided to go to the little libraries by my house right after lunch, and as you saw, I dropped off like 6 of my own books and then some like children's books I had, because I went to the 2 little libraries I normally go to, and then I saw that there's another one close by me, so I went to that one, but I didn't have any more books left. But I did pick up a book, because I actually I don't pick up books from little libraries that often, do I? I don't know. I found this book and I was like, it sounds interesting. This is We Had to Remove This Post, and I'm just like always looking for like short weird fiction, and this is like something that I think I saw Books and Lala talk about in a video. I don't think she liked it. Maybe I will like it, you know, you never know, or we'll just end up in another little library. Like, that's fine, it was free. I also just really love this cover. I gotta be so honest. I love this cover. I don't know, it's really funky and I really like it. But it says, a superbly poised, psychologically astute, and subtle novel of mental unraveling. Sounds delicious. It sounds amazing. It sounds delectable. Excited. I'm excited. It's short. It's weird. I'm not gonna read it right now. I'll read it soon, probably, because it's short and weird, and that's right up my alley. What I'm gonna do now is go back to reading, because my lunch break is over. So time to read this. I love this without a dust jacket on. It is just so freaking gorgeous. Like, and the end papers are stunning. Illustrations are freaking gorgeous. Like, I'm obsessed with this book. So this will probably take me like no time to read. So it's like 1 now. We shall see. I'll probably finish it by 2. Ciao, familia! It is like 10 minutes after 2, and I have finished Night of Cake and Puppets. This is the best book. I love this book. It's cozy fantasy. It is romantasy. The sweetest little piece of literature I have ever read. It makes me want to read the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series again, which I don't think I've ever reread all of the trilogy. I think I've just reread the first book. That's like much darker. This is literally just a little cupcake. It is so sweet. And this is about Susanna, who's like the best friend of Carew, who's the main character of Daughter of Smoke and Bone. And it's just about like her, this one night where she just like makes like a scavenger hunt for this guy to find her. And they're so sweet. And like, it's so short. Like, most of the back is just like, there's a Daughter of Smoke and Bone like preview. There's like the graphic novel, and then there's just more illustrations. Like, it's a very short book, but it's so good. It makes me very happy. The next thing that I'm going to read is going to be The Getaway List, which I know it seems like I'm putting it off because I have put it off. Well, I've been saving it, and now I've kind of been putting it off because I don't really feel like reading on my iPad, but we gotta do what we gotta do. I have not been requesting ARCs lately. I'm not gonna get ARCs anymore because I just don't read them. Except Emma Lord ARCs. Except Emma Lord ARCs. I didn't request her adult book, did I? That's published by Berkeley, and I think me and Wednesday Books were like this. me and Berkeley, we're not as tight. We're not as tight. Anywho, let's download The Getaway List. I believe it's like a friends to lovers situation about like friends after their high school graduation or the day of their high school graduation completing this kind of like bucket list of sorts. So it's pretty short, which is exciting for me because I love a short book, and I'm just gonna start this and have a blast. I do think that Emma Lord's last book, Begin Again, was like my favorite of hers. So like I'm expecting greatness. I'm expecting greatness. My standards are high, but like I know she can deliver. It is 7:30 and I have finished The Getaway List. I haven't even, oh my god, hold on, I haven't marked it on Goodreads yet. I haven't given you my thoughts. I didn't even show you that I was reading it. Sorry, I got really into that and it took me a while. I don't know why it took me so long. Anyways, I love this book. It's definitely not, and it's not my favorite Emma Lord for sure, but with that being said, there is something about an Emma Lord book that I just adore. I just think she does the perfect contemporary I think she does the perfect YA contemporaries because they have just enough romance, lots of like coming of age stories, lots of character development, and I just love it. So the little nod she had to like all her other books set in New York, I was just like literally living and breathing for it. I loved it. I love the romance. The only thing I didn't like about this book, and the only reason why I'm giving it 4 stars and not 5, is because it like kind of repeats something. Like it repeats like a situation. I don't know how to explain this without spoiling both the book that I'm talking about and this book, that I think it's like repeating. So like there's something that happens in Tweet Cute that is similar, it's very similar to something that happens in this book, and I was like, it was unnecessary. Like I don't honestly think we needed it at all in this book. Like I think we could have had a workaround to not have it be like very much like super similar to that book. But anyway, I just got my bullet journal in the mail. I love her. I'm gonna have a bullet journal this year, which is something I decided because I didn't really like any of the hourly planners that I saw on Amazon, and I currently have this hourly planner that I just love and spilled coffee on. But I just like having an hourly, but I also like having a to-do list. So I'm just gonna play around. Like I'm probably not gonna post spreads or anything because I'm not that fancy, but I worked out like my goals for the year, and then I did like a trial spread for the first, and then I think I'm gonna do another spread in a different way, slightly different way, to like just try something new out. But yeah, I'm just gonna play around with it. I have some fun goals for next year. I really want to learn how to crochet. It's one of my goals. I want to learn how to crochet, do some other things. I'm gonna graduate this year. Lots of cool things are coming in 2024, so I'm very excited. And like something about like reading all these books, this particular set of books, I don't think I'm gonna read another like full-length novel in this vlog just because I don't have enough time, but something about reading all these like books in particular just really like reigniting like the writing itch in me. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna do another writing update at the start of this year. I might, but I don't have a plan yet. So I have to come up with a plan before I do that. But I just like, I read all these books and I was like, I want to write this. I want to write this. Like I want to be the one writing this. So that's exciting. But yeah, so I'm gonna like work on my spreads in my bullet journal. In case you're curious, it's a Yoop and Tom, and I'm going to listen to A Deal of a Lifetime by Frederick Bachman. It's like his short story that's like Christmassy. I think it's Christmassy. But before we do that, I need to do what I do every year and figure out what my song of 2024 is going to be. So I have done this. I have a note on my phone. How long have I been doing this? So I've been doing this since New Year's 2019, and basically what I do at every like New Year's Eve, I go through on my Spotify. You can use whatever you use for music, where you have like all your songs or whatever, and I shuffle play like all my liked songs, and then whatever song it lands on is like my song of the year. And it has been scarily accurate in terms of like the themes of the song, or like the messages, like just like the story of the song, like have all like kind of happened in like a lot of these years. Looking back, 2023 song was Empress by the Morningsiders. For me, like this was a year about like finding myself, like self-discovery and self-love. Definitely this year. And I think that on the surface level, this song was very like about like loving someone else. But to me, I felt like it was like for myself. Anyways, so we're gonna do it. We're gonna figure out what my song of 2024 is gonna be. But I do think it was accurate. Like I think the sentiment is accurate. So okay, I'm going into my liked songs. I currently have, it's my Spotify. I currently have 2,594 liked songs. I'm manifesting like just another good like grind of a year. Honestly, just like back on my grind. Yeah, okay, let's go. That's funny. That's funny. I implore you to do this. I implore you to do this because it's like one of my favorite traditions that I've been doing since 2019. I'm faking by Sabrina Carpenter. Okay. Hold on, let me read these lyrics. I don't know if I like this for me. I don't think I need to be in the, I don't think I need to be in I'm faking era. I don't think that needs to be my era in 2024. Like, this is a lot about like egos and like picking fights and not being truthful to yourself. And like, I'll let you know if that happens. I'm hoping it doesn't. This is the only time I've been like, let's not have that happen. Okay, well, I guess that's it. I guess I'm gonna be faking in the new year. You know, maybe it will be like, I'm faking it till I make it. You know, maybe it'll be like that. So The Deal of a Lifetime. This is the book I'm gonna read right now. It's a novella. It says it's a novella, but I think it's like a short story because it's honestly too short to be a novella. Yeah, it's a short story. Oh, it has illustrations. I'm gonna listen to it. I don't care. It's about a father and son who are seeing each other for the first time in years, and the father has to share this story before it's too late. And it's about, and he tells his son about a courageous little girl lying in a hospital bed a few miles away. She's a smart kid, smart. And he's talking about this young girl and like revealing about himself, and it's a cold winter's night, and it's very Frederick Bachman. So I think rounding out the year with a Frederick Bachman short story sounds perfect to me. Next year, pray for me because I got that song and now I'm like a little bit worried. So let's try this audiobook. I feel like it is a known fact about me that I hate short stories. I don't know, like, if you know that about me. I hate short stories. I hate writing short stories. I hate reading short stories. I don't like short story collections. I don't like short things. I love a novella. I love a novella, but I don't like a short story. And now tell me how Frederick Bachman has written the best short story ever. Ever, hands down, point blank, period. Like, best short story in all of existence. Deal of a Lifetime. Holy crap. Holy crap. Like, how does he do it? How, like, can he teach me, like, somehow? I don't know. It's exactly like the plot that I told you. And it's just so amazing to me how this man writes characters and how he makes them so empathetic, so real, believable, and yet, like, it's a completely, like, it's a short story. There's not much there. And yet I was so invested. I was so invested and I was like, oh my god, this is happening. And like, I can't believe this is happening. And I'm like, it's literally 2 pages. Like, okay, get it together. Anyway, I'm obsessed. I think I'm gonna wrap up this vlog. Because I'm gonna go watch some football. I've been really enjoying doing my own little bullet journal. I'll let you know how it goes. I'll keep you stay tuned. Hopefully, the thing that I'm excited about with this is if I just stop doing it, then I have like a bunch of blank pages. Whereas if I stop doing a planner, then like I can't use it. That's my hope for this. But I always need a planner, so I'm hoping it'll be fine. Anyway, but other than that, thank you so much for joining me on my New Year's Eve 24-hour readathon. It was so fun to read so many great books and just like get so inspired for the new year. I'm so excited to go into 2024, honestly. 2024 is gonna be a wild time. It's gonna be a whole new territory and I'm really honestly so excited. So I'm wishing you all the best of luck for the new year and all your reading plans and all your non-reading plans and goals, and I hope to see you all in the new year. Bye!